And we are back. Welcome back to more Saving Bournemouth with me, Mr. Grand 2. And it's nearly Christmas in this game world, 8th of December. And for Christmas, as ever, I would like to not get relegated from the Premier League, which is becoming more of a possibility. Our recent form is patchy, to say the least. No wins in 5. We were on an excellent run of form, but it's slowed down a little bit. Recent defeats to Arsenal and predominantly Burnley, who are now just 2 points behind us in the table, causing a little bit of a problem. And today we are going to go through the festive period, finish off the festive period, and we will end things off with around the start of the January transfer window, and then that will be next time. Whether we'll have any money is, well, the answer is going to be no, isn't it? It's not even a question, it's going to be no. But anyway, yeah, disappointment last time out. Some very patchy, well, not patchy results, some bad results. We didn't win a game. And the problem really is Mr. Callum Wilson, who should be banging them in. I've signed him on this channel. We signed him in the, well, brief, still not actually over forever. We will do another one probably at some point if I get more time and energy. The Chelsea series where we only sign players from Britain and Ireland. We signed Callum Wilson in that. He's banging them in. He was a reliable goal scorer in this exact tactical system. Yet in this save, he's hopeless. 6.72 rating, has not scored a goal in 13 matches all this season. I don't know. I think we just have to persist with him and just hope that he gets the goal. Just hope. I did think maybe we get another attacking coach in, but unless we sack someone, can't really afford to. And I'm happy with the balance of the coaches at the moment. I mean, maybe Steve Fletcher. He's not the most inspiring figure in terms of goal scoring output, I don't think. Can we actually say we can? Right. How many goals did he score? See, this is in League 1 and League 2. His best was 12. 114 goals in 725 games. I'm pretty sure he was a striker, right? What's his biography say? Does it not actually, doesn't tell me his position? We'll have to just look this up, I think. Hang on. You didn't expect this. Steve Fletcher. Was he a striker or not? Yes, he was a striker. And he got 114... well, yeah. Whatever we just said. It's not prolific, is it? It's not prolific. It's not Steve Bull levels of prolificness. Maybe we have to dispense with another Bournemouth icon and bring in someone else. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. Seems a bit harsh. A good result against Chelsea, and I will be feeling different. I will settle for not necessarily a good result against Chelsea, but I will settle for just Callum Wilson scoring a goal. Can he just do that? That would be nice if he could just do that. David Brooks, I mean, we are certainly missing his attacking influence. Definite signs of decline. Whether that will affect his development overall, almost certainly. He's still out for 3 more months as well. And obviously we're in the situation where we have too many players and we can't register them all, which was my fault entirely. So we will definitely be looking for some departures. We could give him an injection, but then he'd be out for 5 to 6 months. He's only going to be out for 3 months if we do this. Obviously, we do that then. For God's sake. I'm gonna have to use Steve Cook now. See, right, this is the thing, Steve, mate. This is the thing. You've been moaning about not playing. You have to play. Am I going to put Jack Simpson at the back? No, I'm not. You're going to have to play. Chris had him out for 3 months there. Brilliance. He's not been our best defender. Nathan Ake's been our best defender, but still, he's been up there. We're going to have to train Harry Arter to play at centre-back, I think. Oh, God, that's literally... maybe not the worst thing that could have happened, but it's up there. Because the defence were kind of the best part. The defence were helping us out. The defence were doing a good job. It was the attacking players that were being terrible, which is very unlike Bournemouth. But now we have lost our best centre-back. Well, not our best centre-back. I've literally just said he's not our best centre-back. That's Ake, but our best right-sided centre-back. Right, youth intake preview. We have got a healthy number of new fullbacks. At least one of our fullbacks has plenty of promise. Good. I'd rather have a centre-back, to be honest. A forward that can be considered to be a fine prospect. A top prospect in central midfield. One good young English striker from Bromley who's caught the eye. We haven't had any new wing-backs coming through. Well, okay, that's fine. Most of our goalkeepers coming through are of poor quality. Good, brilliant. Many of our defensive midfielders aren't likely to trouble the first team. Wide midfielders don't look great. Attacking midfielders below the standard. Few good wingers. And overall, they've left this bit till the end. Bruce has. He's waited. He's made me read all of that. And then, this is a very poor crop of players, unfortunately. Well, thanks, Bruce. I'm glad you're doing your job properly, mate. I'm glad you're doing your job. Do we need to sack you? Would Speakman be? This is my go-to. Christian Speakman at Birmingham, obviously responsible for Jude Bellingham. Is he interested? He is. I think, to be honest, Bruce, we'll give him a chance. We'll wait till the actual youth intake comes through before we sack him. But I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all, based on that on the preview. Not looking forward to it. Right, Chelsea at home. They're in 4th. Lampard is talking up an in-form Bournemouth. I'm not sure what Bournemouth he's talking about, because the Bournemouth I know are not in form. We won one game in our last 9 matches. It's not really in form, is it, Frank? But then I read in the BBC gossip pages today that apparently Frank Lampard is looking to sign John Stones for Chelsea, which I would question, given the fact that it has been for Chelsea. I'm talking about Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan. It has been the worst season defensively for Chelsea. Obviously, we got in the Champions League, which is really good, but the worst season defensively for Chelsea in decades. And Frank Lampard, apparently, if the papers are to be believed, plans on fixing that one by putting John Stones in there. So we'll see about that one. We'll see about that one. Right, recent form for every single player has been woeful, apart from Adam Smith and Nathan Ake, and also Lewis Cook. Everyone else, though, awful. Danjuma, he came off the bench, got an assist, and since then, there's not been anything really. But then Ryan Fraser is even worse. Harry Wilson has been terrible too. He's our top scorer, isn't he? Yeah, 4 goals. Wow, 4 goals. I mean, you look through the rest of this and you're like, oh, well, we could bring in Josh King. We could bring in Nicholas Eliasson. I mean, would you? Would anyone in this situation? Would anyone? I don't know. I don't know. We'll bring Ryan Fraser in, I guess. It's not filling me with confidence. It really is not filling me with any form of confidence at all from any one of these boys. Really isn't. I mean, Svanberg's on a 6.77, but Kovalenko's not done much better. I guess we'll go with that and just sort of just hope for a miracle, really. We've done a team meeting. We did a team meeting before the recent game against Southampton, which did seemingly help. It was all green. They liked it. And then they went and drew 0-0 with Southampton. So, you know, who knows? But we're at home today against Chelsea. We're pressing forwards early on. Ryan Fraser, Harry Wilson. Well, we criticised his recent form. I criticised Ryan Fraser's as well in between the two, well, this part and last part. And they've combined for an early goal. I mean, you know, classic Chelsea defending there. No one doing anything. And then Kepa, no idea what he's doing. So at least that's accurately rendered into the game. We've got a shock lead early on here at Dean Court. Wilson on a free kick, and we're nearly two. Harry Wilson is, well, he's got 16 free kick taking. I think that's the first free kick I've seen him take all season. So he's not done much with that. Usually he bangs them in, but not this yet. Not so far. Svanberg working it through the midfield. This is what we want to see. That's not what we want to see. Good save from Ramsdale, from Christian Pulisic. And obviously Chelsea, incredibly good going forwards. Not so much at the back. But then I have found from experience this year that they are quite good on the game. Everyone's good on the game for Chelsea. Even Kepa, probably going to get downgraded next year. Pulisic in again. Ramsdale with a good save. We're hanging on. It's a good job that we only have over a half of football to hang on for. Well, there is the break, and we don't really deserve to be in the lead, but we've got a lead very early on. 3 minutes in, Harry Wilson scoring, and it is, I don't want to say looking good, but the result is functionally in our favour at the moment. A second would be nice though. Rico going forwards, great effort from Diego Rico, one of the sort of forgotten men at Bournemouth. He's come in and he's done very well for us for the most part, but still it's only 1-0, but we'll take that. We will take a 1-0 win all day long. Chelsea coming forwards though, they have other ideas about that, and Azpilicueta cracks the post. Nervy times here. Two of the most sort of, in reality, cavalier defences and best attacks, but been a bit reversed in this fictional game world. I'll bring it on Jack Stacey because Adam Smith got a bit of an injury there. Otherwise, don't really want to change too much because we are winning a game, and that's a rare occurrence. Svanberg to Harry Wilson to make it 2. It's a good save from Kepa. Callum Wilson is on a 6.8. We've seen nothing from him, but it doesn't matter. We have been outplayed. We've had more possession, but we've been outplayed. But we have won against Chelsea. Pretty undeserved, but I will take it all day long. We're still in 8th place, 25 points now, after 17 games played. Good. That's only our 6th win of the season, though. Two of our wins have come against. So we've beaten Chelsea, Man United, and Manchester City. Otherwise, we've only beaten West Ham, Aston Villa, and Brighton. And then if we look at the lost, well, yeah, but Burnley's the only one you'd really expect us to win. Yeah, half of our wins have come against top six sides, which I guess is pretty accurate for Bournemouth, really, isn't it? Anyway, it was a relatively good performance. Defensively good. No horrendous mistakes or anything like that. Let's give them a bit of a rest. Watford in 9 days' time. A game you'd expect us to win. Hopefully Steve Cook can sort of get over himself, because he's going to be... I don't really want to sell him, because we won't get much money for him, because we only get 55% of the revenue back. We haven't got any money on top of that, so I don't want to sell him in January. He's going to be playing for the next 3 months, as long as he stays fit. So hopefully he'll get over it, get over his unhappiness pretty quickly, and just play well. That'd be nice. But 3-3 between Man United and Arsenal. Man City win as well. It's Arsenal. They're the surprise package in terms of league title. Watford seem to have fallen off a little bit. They were in 3rd at one stage last episode. They are now down in 7th. And it's kind of between us and them and Wolves and Burnley for the, well, potential final European spot, depending on how the cups go. In 7th place. It's been despite our recent dodgy form before that Chelsea game, been a far better season than real life Bournemouth. Crystal Palace interested in Josh King, and they're apparently going to pay us 17.75 million actual pounds for him. You can have him all day long. He's very quick. He's got no composure, terrible first touch, terrible long shots. Yes, if you bid that much money, he's yours, Palace. He is yours. Not an issue from me. We don't even really need to replace him, because we've got obviously Wilson and Solanke, who are not the most prolific, but at least they're there. And we've got Sam Surridge as well, so we wouldn't need to replace him. We've got a lot of wingers too, so I would say he is surplus to requirements, is Mr. Joshua King. If we can get that kind of bid, that would be welcome. Remains to be seen, though. Both Manchester clubs were making it to the semi-finals of the League Cup. Well done to them. We got knocked out prematurely, I would say. But that's a longer term ambition. Norwich doing well as well. 3-3 at Carrow Road against Wolves. They are staying up. Obviously, we need to keep in mind the teams who are looking like they're going to go down, because we can potentially pick up some players from them in the summer. It's, again, still... Well, it's not early stages. We've played 17 matches, but Brighton looking the most adrift at the moment, which is interesting. Graham Potter's already been sacked. Some good players in this Brighton side. Some pretty decent pickups. I mean, Lewis Dunk would obviously be good as well. Neil Maupay has scored as many goals as our strikers, so there's an option. Of course, one of the longer term things, okay, obviously we've seen our youth intake preview and it's terrible. We need to be improving the facilities when we get a bit more money. That's a priority, because in the event that we do make it into Europe, in fact, let's check this now, that we don't have any players who are club trained apart from Jack Simpson and Sam Surridge, neither of whom, with respect, is particularly good. So we need to be buying in players aged 18 and below, keeping them for 3 years, so they become club trained, or just hoping that we get someone good through the youth intake at some point. Because, yeah, from a European perspective, we need players who are club trained, and from my experience, from my knowledge, there aren't many players who are club trained at Bournemouth. Well, this is it. So yeah, Danny Ings, who's not interested in a transfer at the moment. But if Southampton were relegated, I would go all in for Danny Ings because he's probably better than all of our strikers. And he is a Bournemouth Academy graduate, which is priceless. But then otherwise, Jayden Stockley, Sam Vokes, Bailey Cargill's a good player, but not Premier League level. He's good in lower league football. But then otherwise, that's it. And if we take off, just to see we're not missing anybody, yeah, Jack Simpson and Sam Surridge, that is it. Matt Butcher, again, decent, but probably not Premier League level. And we've mentioned Jake Scrimshaw before. Again, decent, very good non-league striker, not Premier League level. And that's it. Like I thought Ramsdale was, but he's not, so that's good. And if let's just tick that, yeah. I mean, Danny Ings not even interested. Obviously, we can't afford him at the moment anyway. But so that's a bit of a situation because I mean, I don't think we're going to end up in Europe this season, but if we do, we will end up in a situation whereby we cannot register enough players because you have no club trained players at all in the first team. Then you can only register, I believe, 21 players, which is not good because I like having, well, you want to have for Europe, you want at least one player, 2 players for each position, so that means 22. So if none of them are club trained, you can't even do that, which is a concern. Right, David Brooks is suffering from a cold. Okay, but he's also injured for 3 months. Why is he even... What? I've never seen... Okay, so I mean, who was it? Harry Wilson had a cold. I didn't send him home. Now he's given it to Aaron Ramsdale and David Brooks. But David Brooks is already injured anyway. He's got torn ankle ligaments. So why does this... He can go home. But he's not even here. That's odd. Very odd. Anyway, Junior Stanislas is back. Or heading back. Which again... could be an option. He's better than Jordan Ibe, isn't he? The problem with him, though, is that he's not registered for any matches because we've got too many players. But then with him now back, we could maybe get rid of Nikos Eliasson. We could... I mean, well, we're certainly going to get rid of Andrew Sermon. We may well get rid of Brad Smith. Well, actually, we will get rid of Brad Smith too, actually, because now... Lloyd Kelly's back as well, isn't he? So we can get rid of both of them. And if we sell Josh King too, that'll be fine. We'll be able to register Stanislas and Brooks and Charlie Daniels. Not that I'm particularly bothered about that. But anyway, Watford coming up and then Norwich City on Boxing Day. 2 games in close succession. 2 very winnable games. Probably 2 games we won't win though, because we can only beat good teams. Apparently, that's all we're good for. That's all we're good for. Right, Tyndall feels confidence flowing because we beat Chelsea. I admire your optimism, Jason. Maybe that will do you good stead in the Championship. Man United beating Burnley. They're so far behind already. Look at that. At least it is between Liverpool and Arsenal for the title. Arsenal having a crazy season. Very tight for the rest of the Champions League and definite Europa League places. Brighton, as we said, well adrift now. Right, here we go. Right, we've got Watford. Ralph Hasenhüttl's been sacked by Southampton. We've got Watford, we've got Norwich, and then we have got Liverpool in quick succession. 6 points would be amazing. 4 points? I'd take 4 points. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to go with the same team that comprehensively outplayed kind of Chelsea. No need to change it. No need whatsoever. Stanislas, yeah, we'll have to register him in January. But it's just whether we want to change anyone on the bench. Eliasson, I guess we'll keep him on there because he's left-footed. Billing has not impressed me at all. So I'm going to put Kovalenko on there because at least he's actually a player that I've signed. Otherwise, though, no changes. Because while most of these guys are being average, they kind of are grinding out results. You can see the lines of relationship. Smith and Fraser getting on well. Wilson and Rico, tolerable. The midfield, tolerable. They don't love each other, but they don't hate each other. And, you know, that's what we've got to do in life. You can't love everyone. There's not enough love to give. So as long as you can at least tolerate each other, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Watford high flyers this season, much like ourselves. Two teams that got relegated in real life. Neither looking on for relegation at any stage so far this season. Can we get a good result against them? Manu Moralenes, who we wanted to sign, we didn't sign him, and instead we ended up getting Svanberg, and that's worked out okay because he's done pretty well in that position. Rico across. Callum Wilson, a man with no confidence there, missing at pretty much point blank range. Didn't even find the target. It's nearly January and Callum Wilson has not scored a single goal. Not great. Troy Deeney's missed a sitter there as well. What I'm going to do, actually, we've only had one penalty all season, but I am going to put Callum Wilson top of that, because if we get one, I want him to take it. He'll probably miss it, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he can score it, and then we can get his confidence, start repairing his shattered confidence. Maybe today's the day. Pressing on. Jefferson Lerma pressing on, and he's missed a few sitters so far this season, but not there. Pressure tolling on Watford. Craig Cathcart pressed to the extreme, and Jefferson Lerma, the Colombian, finishing off with aplomb, and we've got the lead here at Vicarage Road. Brilliant stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we play like this with the high pressure, forcing mistakes on the opposition, and when we capitalise, it works really, really well. Ryan Fraser is the other one who has been rubbish, to be honest. He's been absolutely rubbish. Danny Welbeck scored against us. Brilliant stuff. Really, really loving this one. It's a wonderful strike from Welbs, to be honest. And back on level terms. Anyway, yeah, Ryan Fraser not impressing me at all, to be honest. For a guy who has, in reality, run down his contract and then left in the expectation of getting a move to someone like Arsenal, I think he was kind of a one-season wonder. Right, time is going away. It's 1-1. We have looked good in patches today. Callum Wilson's on a 6.9, which is definitely his best rating for a long, long time. The midfield also doing very well, which is good to see. Put Eliasson out there, why not? Probably going to be another draw. We are draw specialists. Corner comes in though. Danjuma, that was a good opportunity. But another away draw, I'll take that. Another point on the board against a team that have done well so far this season, Watford. I'm pretty happy with the performance, to be fair. We stay in 8th, 26 points, 2 clear of Wolves. 14 points needed, and we are mathematically, well, not officially, but with 40 points, in all practical terms, we would be safe. Good goal from Jefferson Lerma as well. Not bad. Not good. Not amazing. But just, it's not bad. And can we play in, well, we play Norwich in a couple of days' time. We'll give them a day's rest. Can we get Callum Wilson to score? That is, of all the things that have happened in this save, Callum Wilson being incapable of scoring a goal is not something I really thought was going to be an issue to deal with. I thought he'd get a few. I thought he'd be on 5 by now. I thought he'd at least be on 5. not not zero. I didn't think he would be behind the goal scoring charts, behind to Jefferson Lerma, behind to Nathan Ake, behind to Dominic Solanke. But here we are. It's Boxing Day. We've had Christmas, and Svanberg has for Christmas got some development, which is good. 89% pass completion ratio, 20 key passes. He has been the surprise package. We brought him in as a backup behind Kovalenko, who has been pretty woeful, but Svanberg's done pretty well. Not too bad. But yes, what I want for Christmas, dear Santa, please, 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 give me a Callum Wilson goal. He's been playing well recently. His morale is high. He's been doing everything but scoring. Everything but scoring. Let's actually make sure he's on penalties permanently. Obviously, Harry Wilson is better at penalties. So it's more sensible that we, don't play Callum Wilson on penalties. But, well, I'm prepared to take the risk. Right, no changes to the team. Steve Cook, will you please get happy soon? Maybe. Do we make a change? Do we drop Ryan Fraser? He's been so bad. 6.64. He's been awful all year. But then Dan Jumba's not been good either. I want to play Stanislas, but he's not registered, so I can't. Jordan Ibe. Why not? He can't do any worse. He's got a good relationship with Adam Smith as well already anyway. So, yeah, Jordan Ibe. He can't be any worse. Norwich City, who I believe did we beat them earlier on in the year? No, we've not played them yet, have we? Adam Ider on the bench, obviously a player we would love to sign. Future Norwich legend Adam Ider. I think it's actually Eder. It's actually Eder, but I've been calling him Ider, so, it's kind of stuck in my brain. If we can get him before he turns 19, which means if we can get him in this January window, that would be lovely. But I don't think we will. Probably not. We'll declare interest in him because we need a striker who can score goals. And 7.5 million. I kind of might, though. Anyway, they're not even playing him. They're not even playing Pookie up front. They've got this guy, Lois Apenda, who is... he's scored one all season, which is more than Callum Wilson, so we shouldn't criticise him too much. Are they rife with injuries? I feel like they have... The defence is looking good, but Timo Pukki wide right is strange. Have they got? I feel like have they either sold people or are they really struck down with injuries? Kenny McLean's been sold to South Korea, which is okay, random. They've got Dennis Favreau online. They've got Apenda, Denoyer, Schmelzer. Where's all this cash come from? Can we see their injuries, or is that not a thing we can do? I don't know if you can see other teams' injuries. There might be a way. I'm not sure there actually is. Is it on this? It's just what we've seen. I don't think you can actually see their injuries. Oh, well, hang on. No, just look at the squad. That would be sensible. Tim Krul's injured. Wendia's injured. And Tim Closer's injured. That's it. So they're not really that injury prone. They've just bought some random players in, which seems to be doing quite well for them because they're not going to be relegated. Anyway, I'm expecting a win today, boys. It's an away game against a team who are not a top 6 side, so probably not. But you never know. It could be our fourth win of the season against a non-top 6 side. We've injured Max Aarons early on, which is brilliant. Lewis Cook's got a bruised ankle though. We've got a corner. Harry Wilson to take, swung in. He couldn't be in worse form if he tried. Jordan Ibe, can he set him up? Or Adam Smith, someone put a ball across. I thought that was going to be it. I've never seen anything like it. Not from a player like him. Today's going to be the day, though, surely. He's had two sighters there. Two sighters. Harry Wilson driving forwards. Tame effort from him. The second one, it wasn't even on target. He dragged it wide. He was so close, though. Wilson, free kick, knocked down. Openda is racing away. And it's a goal for Norwich. Tom Tribal, the definition of a counter-attack. Our free kick. And this guy, who I've never heard of. I've heard of him now. Lewis Openda, Tom Tribal, the unlikely recipient. And terrible, awful, shocking. More words. We're gonna be losing at the break unless we do something quick. We've had all the action, and then literally the ball bounces from a free kick, and they score. But we've got back in. Callum Wilson with an assist, not a goal, in front of the Carrow Road faithful. Great work from Adam Smith. Jordan Ibe fully involved. Wilson turns, and Lerma smashes it home for his second of the season. It's an assist for Callum Wilson. He's done everything apart from score. And we've equalised before half-time, which is good. I am pleased with how it's going because we have played really well. Wilson with a free kick. Come on, Callum. He's not there. He's not there. Jordan Ibe apparently on a 6.4, which I would question. I think he's been heavily involved in the action. Callum Wilson again with a chance. And now Norwich have a chance to go back ahead again. No, we're breaking. Are we? No. Callum Wilson, he's stolen the ball. He's going through. He's done it. He's finally done it. Yes. He's finally done it. Ben Godfrey dallies in possession. And Callum Wilson, he's missed so many easy chances. And that one took real skill. I was about to say, I cannot believe I've used this system this year with other teams with Callum Wilson as the striker, and he's been banging them home. But finally, he scores for Bournemouth. It's December, and Callum Wilson finally scores. And what a finish too. Goodness me, Lewis Cook is dead on his feet out there. We have no one. Going to have to put Lerma back there and put Kovalenko in. Oh, actually, do we just play Kovalenko there? He's not a natural, but I think we do. We're just going to put Kovalenko there. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. Goodness me. Liverpool beating Aston Villa 7-0, which is not surprising. They're going to win the league, I'm sure. Jordan Ibe, he's on a 6.5, but I think he's been quite involved in a positive way. We'll bring on Danjuma. And if we could get a third, that would be nice. To be honest, even if they equalise, I don't really care because Callum Wilson scored a goal. I mean, I do care. That was awful. I should have left Ibe out there, clearly. I mean, what is this? Norwich Salona? Andre Duda? What? Starts the move, finishes the move, basically assisted himself there. Can back heel finish. Goodness me. Well, we've thrown that one away, haven't we? We've binned that one off. Andre Duda. He's been Norwich's player of the year so far. Unbelievable. For a guy who, in real life, was a complete, awful, useless nothing. Yeah, we've binned that one off, to be honest. But there were some positives for sure. Callum Wilson scored a goal. He scored a goal. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah, it would have been nicer if we'd won the game. Probably should have just left Jordan Ibe out there. Not made any changes. Clearly. But this is the main thing. This is the most important thing. We got what we wanted for Christmas. I didn't ask for 3 points. I asked for Callum Wilson to score a goal. And what a goal it was. 93rd minute equaliser for Norwich, though. That's a bit rubbish. It's another draw. We are the draw specialists. But that leaves us with 27 points. You cannot argue with that or complain about that. It's not been amazing. We've won 6 games all year, but you still get a point if you draw. You still get a point if you draw. They all count. They all count. Right, anyway, Liverpool. In a few days' time, Liverpool. And then we will probably end things off for today. We might, yeah, probably. We're already up to 40 minutes already. From all my, I can only assume, mind-numbing wittering. And looking up what position Steve Fletcher played. Anyway, right, Liverpool at home. That's probably going to be a defeat, to be honest. But anything positive from it would be lovely. Brendan Rodgers has been sacked by Leicester. And Dominic Solanke, of course, against his former club. He's not going to start this one, though. Callum Wilson is in red-hot goal-scoring form. He's scored a total of 1 goal in his last 19. He's scored 1 in his last 19. So he stays in the team. He stays in the team forever. Oh, goodness me. Right, so 27 points. What actually, because I have a feeling they weren't that high up, but I don't know if there's a way to see it. How many... There's got to be a way to look up the Premier League table on a certain date. Right, Premier League table on, what are we, 28th of December 2019. Surely that's got to be a thing that exists. Like, that's got to be a thing that exists. Maybe. Oh, here we are. What was the state of play at the time? Right, so at this stage in reality, Bournemouth were in 16th place with 20 points. So we only have 7, we're only 7 points better off than real life Bournemouth, but we're 8 places better off. If we had 7 fewer points, where would we be? We'd be in what, 13th? Yeah, 13th. So even if we were as bad as real life Bournemouth, we wouldn't be in the relegation zone. I mean, they weren't in the relegation zone, but they were only 1 point, well, 2 points above Aston Villa in the relegation zone. We would be 3 points above Leicester, but still. So we are better off. We're 7 points better off, which is a lot. It is a lot, but not that much better off. I do think real life Bournemouth were insanely unlucky. Anyway, Harry Wilson can't play against his former club. Well, not former club, his parent club. So Eliasson's going to get a rare start because he's left-footed, and that's better than nothing. Ryan Fraser can come back on the bench. We're going to go with Ibe though. He's got to play. I think he played well last time, to be honest. Lewis Cook suspended for this one. Do we really have... This would be the first game he wouldn't be playing. I mean, Sermon's the natural, but I'm not playing him again. I guess Billing plays. Not that he's been particularly good, but I guess he plays this one. So it's a weakened team, to be sure. Yeah, well, we're going to have to go with that. I don't think we're going to do much here, even though we're at home. Even though we're at home and, we have got a pretty good record against the top 6, I don't think we're going to do it this year. Just a feeling. But again, of course, anything here would be absolutely amazing, but I don't think we're going to really get much. Billing and Ake under pressure early on. We go back to Ramsdale. Steve Cook on the ball. It's a really poor pass from Steve Cook, who is now playing his 4th game in a row following the injury to Chris Mepham. He's still unhappy, still miserable. Wild effort from Mane. But yeah, Steve Cook's still upset that he's not playing first team football, even though he's played 4 games in a row. because that's logical. Svanberg racing through, still going. Brilliant run and effort from the Swede. Cracks the crossbar. Matthias Svanberg, not a player we wanted to sign, not a player we intended to sign. He was like third choice for that position. Fourth choice, including Kovalenko, who we got in as the intended starter. But he's done really well. Ives injured. The occasions got to him. It's nothing major though, just tight groin. He'll be fine. He will be fine. He's not playing particularly well, but then he never does really. But clearly we need to leave him out there, because as soon as we took him off against Norwich, we conceded. Half time, 0-0. This would be good. A good game to draw. It's been all Liverpool at the moment. 4 shots on target for them to the none for us. At home is not good. Let's go on the counter, even though we're at home, because it's Liverpool. Naby Keita with a goal. No further comment needed. In fact, we're not even going to watch it because, yeah. Obviously not good. I mean, do we just go for it? Like, we're not. I don't think we're going to do anything. Let's just go for it. The fact they want us to play attacking football, which we do kind of try and do. The game's disappearing though. Danjuma and Fraser coming on for the ineffectual people that were starting, and I think Big Dom's going to come on for the final 10. Callum Wilson, obviously, he's got his goal, but since then has done nothing. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. And it's going to be Callum Wilson, I think. Yes. Callum Wilson gets his second of the season. I was about to take him off. He's not going off now. Out of nothing, we get a free kick. Wijnaldum bundles Svanberg over, and Callum Wilson has doubled his tally for the season. We're back in it. Unbelievable. We're staying attacking. They can't deal with it. Klopp he's never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like it. Into injury time. It's another draw. We've got another point, and we've got another point against a top 6 side. It's so Bournemouth. Our record against the top 6. Unbelievable. In fact, let's just so Man United beaten. Liverpool was a draw. City a win. Spurs a draw. Arsenal a defeat. Chelsea a win. Liverpool a draw. The only top 6 side we've lost to is Arsenal. I'm not sure it's going to last, but pretty fun. Pretty fun. Right, another draw. We are the absolute draw kings. The absolute draw kings. 10 draws. More than anyone else in the division. And after 20 games, we are on 28 points. 8 points better off than Bournemouth were in real life at this time, the corresponding time of the season. And we are also 8 places better off than them as well. It's looking very, very, very good indeed. Callum Wilson is a man on fire. 2 in 2 for him now. Deadly. Deadly from Callum. Brilliant stuff. It's just, I've never seen so much orange. We are just draw kings. Draw kings. Right. Anyway, December's done. Next time will be probably a bit longer because it's the January transfer window. We've got Palace, Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup, West Ham, Newcastle and Norwich City again. 5 incredibly winnable games there. Let's get some more points on the board. Let's get towards safety. Transfers, obviously, we have no budget at the moment. We're in negative wage budget. Are we still playing Jermaine Defoe's? Well, no, he's not joining until July anyway, so ignore that. That's irrelevant. We have increased the balance to minus 7 million, which is better than it was. We're still in the overdraft. So I don't think we're going to be given any money by the chairman. Probably not. But if we sell people, we're only going to get half the money back. But if we sell people, we might have a bit of room. And we probably are going to sell some people. Josh King attracting interest. So maybe that's an option. We can ask for some money, but there's no point. We have no money. So anyway, we'll see what happens next time. But I'm not particularly optimistic for any money being given out. Let's just look at the rest of the day's results. Anything interesting happens. Leicester in all sorts of bother. Rodgers has been sacked. They're in the relegation zone now. Sheffield United as well in the relegation zone. Wolves have moved above us. Yeah, we're down to 9th now. Wolves doing well. Watford haven't even played yet. If they beat, they probably won't beat City. They've not beaten City, but they could go above us. So we're right in the conversation for a top 10 finish at the moment. Right in the conversation for a top 10 finish. But yeah, not much else to say. Thank you very much for watching. I'll stop blathering now. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever. If you watched this far, if you watched any of these, thank you. It's kind of just a bit of fun for me, really. I'm not sure it's going to be massively successful, but I'm not really bothered. It's just just what I want to do in my spare time. If you are enjoying it though, thank you. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.